Ausspeichen. Speichen. Níix. Meitsky. Níix. Mishpamawa, Mishpamisha. Tunpam ukʷatas. Choutlauch, Sinuik, Lux, ba. Don't everyone talk at once. Mishnama, Tunamau Misha, Ticham Kelusla.
υσxnas.
Wasich, Wasich, Nama. When we see Umish Wasich.
Chilling.
Oh, yeah. Wasich. Almost like you were saying ysxnas. Sewing.
Oh.
Mishnama Jean. Mishnama.
Níix. Yeah.
Mishnam atin amshnikan.
Okay.
You go outside.
Yeah, rain, lots of wild weather. Wild weather. Yeah. Very changeable. Beautiful though. Beautiful. It smells good when it rains like that.
Yeah. Kūuš. Kūušachanam wisksha ani. Kapit kūuš.
Nashwa kūuš.
Kūuš.
Yeah.
Wachman. Mishnama Misha.
Níix ʷáwana túnmataš awkúnaš amatas.
Oh. Tunam tkota.
Jonathan
Oh.
Peish ukʷatas. Misha subsequently.
This winpan chow iwa McDonald's me iwa might quata sandwich. Breakfast sandwich. This winpan kapile now you could kusipa. I just got a breakfast sandwich from Wild Horse. Múnnaš, ʷatāts. I'll eat it sometime later. Mun. Tiusmat. Mishnama. Mishnama Misha.
Subcooked.
Oh, subcooked ukʷatas. Is that another word for bag?
Yeah, bag. Some bags.
Hey. Mish. Anna, shintinach shipation isu.
Níix patchway lachma. Níix madaskinun. Chikuk.
Anna one ukʷatas.
I was Redmond kani.
Oh, you must be in a different time zone. You're already in the afternoon. We're still in the morning over here.
Oh. Achikunas toxia meme. She might skip.
Oh, yeah.
Might skinas toxica.
And it could achin pan tusha kakyama. where the birds are still asleep.
Ciao to an múnnaš tuxsicha. Kúuš an iwa tamno in túncha an múnnaš tuxsicha.
Níix, Michelle.
I'm watching YouTube.
Oh,
I'm just learning.
yeah.
And I'm getting a plan for the family, grand plan for the family.
Umíš, yeah. That's what it's, everything's usually about, is family, one way or another. Awku, nikumun na pakwan chiao subsequent pamapa, and the kuiwan Níix and the kuimai milmaman num baishin chiao nikunum num ashin chiao kush zoom ki. It's good that you guys can appear and log on, you know, that we come into this this Zoom. That's kúuš, ášapnišamataš, Jonathan, and the miysxma Jonathan.
Ysxnas van Níix, awkúnaš, salawisha, kúunawisha. Kúuš taaltelijk?
Níix, is cool. Awku nishkuslanawan na múnnaš, maysxmáysxnaš kúuš inutas, čímti ʷína. I'm always glad to see him, you know, a new day whenever I wake up. And a chiqual and the wisxna, champa and the taminutaš nawana kushtun kanaiwitash kúuštaš. There's always things, you know, for us to be busy to do. So awna paisna plush timat pamana ášapnišamataš and túnmataš šapášukʷataš. So I'll just go ahead and ask if there's anything that you guys would wish to know, you know, to go ahead and we can, you know, begin. I know we've read the text before, and which is good, but I'm sure there's probably a lot of, you know, a lot of you that maybe not have, you know, you may have some questions yet about things, and we'll do it the best we can to, you know, answer. Kʷatakumíš palatíša mish shnina wanx the palatíša Kʷatakumíš palatíša fue kúuš yachi. Nikúuš nikúpa palatíša palatíša kúuš yo čímti nat kódat. So Kʷatakumíš maysxma palatíša. Níix palatíša. So it's kind of like Kʷatakumíš palatíša. Yeah, I don't know whether if our roots are blooming, you know. I'm sure that they are, but it's just niku achwe na ayachwasha. Tiusmat mish alchipam chnisha piache mishtun chnitna.
Jonas, Knia, Piochi.
Oh, ciao achway. Isu and mishpam ka'oin kwana warm spring spot. Nitna.
Pachwaiwat pana Ka'uya Khnitai Pay Iwacha Achakupaish Pawyanawiya Puta Tananmapaish Pawyanawiya Katnamya Pachwaiwat ya Katnamya Iwacha Ukhlak Khnet Pawyanawiya
Tunpam khnicha kna piachi.
Piachi Lux Kūuš Charlton Sawet
Oh, ciao achway mun.
Akwai Uyanawita Kunash Ayakna Waikanash Sapalwati Wata Lyle Pachi Pachwaiwati Wamsh Mishnah
Ka'oit chímti nusuf na ʷáłanáš na.
Lyle Pa Mishnah Mayakna
Na shakinuna timash Kʷatakumíš timana I the pish timash pa. The pish is your face. Then we say face, timash book, Facebook. Kūuš ke ciao achway mun wata iti tamani skripa patwaiwiti pa April 10th wayampa knach katnan pa ka'oit da nusuf ya Kūuš ke knachi paisa čímti na knitna.
Ayaknash
And the 12 tun tananawit kanaiwit na ayakan ka and the shiman taimun ka. So the different wherever that we hear like news na 12 man na ayakan ka 12 man kini na ayakan ka taimut na kanaiwit ka'oit yaw. And the Kūuš ki May 22nd nish aikna nime puslaman anakwanats da nach patwaiwit kna walawa Oregon. Na pais chamish na misha na knanam bawinamsta. Mishnam timashat Jonathan.
I don't usually write all of that while you're speaking, but if you want me to, I can try.
Okay. Na ayakan ka taimut ana manatya iwata kanaiwit ka'oit yaw chímti nat kwadit. We hear the news of wherever there will be ceremonies or feasts for our new foods. Na ayakan ka taimut. And the Kūuš ki kanaiwit we all stuck yaw. We all stuck yaw. The mish Upsnowet yao. Atwaima. And also ceremonies for rejoinings or memorials for our loved ones. In the pais kunachi. Iwatachna. No, I'm trying to think. Alikala. Alikala. Oh, it's kind of in kupais knachi awat iwatachna. And shimanmi. It'll just go along with the rest of that, all that up there.
Well, it sounded like you said a little different from what was here. If you started over.
Shimanmi. Uit.
Níix?
Uit, snit. Umíš, uit. Patochnat, yamish. And also there could be someone's first roots or the first killing of a deer or first shooting of a deer. Yeah, so sometimes those kind of things happen during those times where the foods will get brought out, or they're first digging, and then they're Níix.
Shini Paishanao. Oh, Shandini Paishan.
Hey, Shandin Níix. Me too. I know there's I think there's there's particular words like when we have the first dance for the diggers, and as well as for the ceremony for the first deer. Aliklat. Tuni wanisha naku paanak panan ka uit no ano pais tinits I snita uit snit nikushki ano aswan ipatochnat ka yamashna iwa nakwashit nakwashit. So nakwashit is for the first digging or the first killing of the deer. Yeah. So I don't think that W needs to be superscripted.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now.
Yeah, nakwashit.
Nakwashit.
Yeah, nakwashit, first digging, first killing, dance. Yeah. Isu mania kupum anak wanancha aikush nakwash na pais patili tinits mish asan pawi wenpancha uit yamish. How do you guys conduct your ceremonies down there that way? Have you done that? Have you done a conducted ceremony for first digging or the first killing of the deer?
How I've seen and how I did mine, ʷaisnash wacha putam kumata tanucht and the múnnaš aklelia yamashna they wacha yukosins pashkwamichan they wacha naminit tsa tukhosipa Warm Springs timani tichampa go anamunash uyanawe katnam yao nakwashatash. We bring in nmatas, all of our clothes, and then kotlach nukt, or in uanat, tlach uanat, and then it's hide. I'm forgetting the word for hide.
Pach.
Pach.
Yeah, pach.
Pach. And then with the ukʷatas, the horns, and of course the rifle. I don't know the word for rifle.
Twinpash.
Twinpash.
Yeah, twinpash.
Twinpash.
Yeah.
Twinpash. Kūuš that we use to skin the deer, and also the tlama. The other hunters, they'll also come in behind us, and then we'll sing a deer hunter song, and then all of us dance behind the new hunter, and then almost like a social dance, and we all have to be jumping around and excited for a new hunter, čímti tkuintla, and then we make a round, and then after that everything's presented: the hide, the ukʷatas, the twinpash, chapášukʷataš, tatpas, everything that was used, and then we tell the story, everything that happened today, and try to make it humorous and get everyone laughing around, and then we start giving it away. That's what you were asking? Yeah.
I know that I think in Sadis that we've heard that I think they've lost their song. There's nobody that knows the song, like how somebody that would be the one to bring the new hunter out, that they would have to dance with that boy with a particular song, and so the last time it was conducted, it was just done with one song, and I'm not sure I don't think I went around with them. I stood up there with them or something. I can't remember, but it's almost like it was ad-libbed. And the ʷāwana and the ʷānawanx and the and then mimi. You know, just that's kind of happening now. So but I know that for one young man here, he went up and hunted, and I helped him get his first deer. He was determined to want to do that and kind of like get that out of his, I guess, his way as a younger person. And here he took a shot. He goes, they're right there, right there. We were just riding up on a ridge, and here he got out. And I told him, go ahead and put it on him, put it on him. Here, when he shot at that buck, he shot high, and here he shot the doe behind it. It was all in regular deer season, though, but you got him. You got one. So when I made him work. I taught him how to gut it, and then I made him start, doing the work.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't like the old times, I guess. It wasn't like that way of, taking a walk with him and then, to look for the deer. They were just riding on a ridge and got one.
Mhm.
But I made him work because it was quite a ways down a hill. And, so he did some sweat on it to pack it out. And so put his grandparents in full swing.
Mm.
We went to student and ukʷatas. We went to student ukʷatas. Write that down. We went to student ukʷatas. Washpa.
Yeah, we've lost a lot here too. We have some in color pictures of my grandpa and his brothers that would do the hunter's dance. And we have only 2 pictures of that. And the way that they held their rifles dancing next to each other is not how we do it now. And I've heard stories that different people in the community would call on my grandpa and his brothers to come to the longhouse to do their dance. And I think that was a Wasco style dance, because even the song that I've heard that we sing here, it's a Wasco song. And so, and the Wascos used to have a lot more dances and presentation, but a lot of that has gone away. So we kind of blend 2 different languages in the first kill, especially. Yeah.
Mm. So that is different than iwatun and amun tilima the winter snitna. So the women have their own ceremony too that they conduct with the girls for first digging.
Yeah, but we sing that one. That one was Khanet Ewa Tamanet Ewa Khanet Ewa Tamanet Ewa. So we sing that for the girls on their first digging and first picking. But the deer song, hunter song, is different, and we do that one Wasco style. I would say, yeah. But how the pictures of my grandpa's dancing with their rifles, we don't dance like that. They were dancing, I guess, a Wasco style, but they don't make us dance like that. So we just dance in a line right behind each other, going back and forth, almost like wanx. Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan, back up a little bit there. We go back up the screen a little bit there. Now, probably down, maybe down, go down a little bit there. So probably fill in spots here where like iwa how would you say that? All the clothing. all the clothing is to be given away. Inutaš shiman. It is to be given, all the clothing is to be given to whoever. You know, for when they went hunting or digging, and a kupa, a mish, and a múnnaš, a mish, Kŵatákumíš. And a túnmataš, ysxmas, and a múnnaš, umíš and a umíš Kŵatákumíš. Put a T right there. And a túnmataš, ysxmas, and a múnnaš, umíš Kŵatákumíš. So this is a statement of saying that whatever clothing that they had that day, when they were digging, when they were digging or hunting. So those are, you know, integral parts of of course, you guys already know my story about how I could have got my first deer, but that's for another day. That whiskey. So my pants are sewed on real tight and I couldn't get them off. My uncle woke me up, told me to go, you know, shoot. And I just fell asleep with those pants sewed to my legs, and they got far as my knees, and I went to sleep, and they were stuck up my knees, and I went to sleep. And my uncle woke me up next morning to go shoot right outside the house, and I was like, and he's yelling at me, "Get out of here!" I had to go out there, man. Went out there and waddled out to the fence post to go shoot that rifle at those deer. God, I missed, and then he didn't know my pants were like that. He would just let me shoot, and then he looked down and saw my pants down there. He goes, "Gee, did the rifle kick that hard?" Awkúnaš fein and go, "Mishaku ysxnas, Kūuš and yamas and the kūuš and that would have been a good day and a laugh, boy, because oh, this is how I shot my first deer. I'm gonna have to lower my pants here. Let's go ahead and review some of our language here then. Amatas iti tamak kicham kelusla iti tamak. Go ahead and read it.
Kūuš. How much of it?
Just go ahead and just start right at the top there.
Kŵatakúmíš nami mish palatíša anaku ʷáwana ayakwasha na ayakuncha taimut ana manatya iwata kanaiwit ka oitiao čímti nat kūutat ana kúuški kanaiwit we all stuck diao umíš nawatiao atwaima anapais kunahi iwatakna shemenmi uit knit umíš uit patukuna yamish. Nakwasha tlauch tatpas iwa inutaš shemen anatun awacha panmin tatpas aithquipa anamun pachnin umíš quaimtiao. Twinpash we want ptash tun ukūktas washpa ukūk.
Hey, did you get him turned off there, Dewey?
Yeah,
Okay.
figured it out.
Did you guys feast already too?
No, probably about 2 weeks, I think. I think it's on the 10th.
Oh, might have to go from Pullman straight over that way then. Yeah. We'll be over there on the 9th. We'll be at Pullman, so just across the road. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of that material, that pretty much that story, but I need to sit down and get it translated now, of Cleveland's coyote story of that ʷáłanáwanx, that sweat house, rock sweat house. Really amazing language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I've just jotted here, that when we say Kʷatakumíš, it's kind of like saying, I don't know whether Kʷatakumíš palatíša. I don't know whether if our roots are blooming. Kʷatakumíš palatíša. So that's just kind of how that comes across, like that. Kʷatakumíš. And it can be used even a word by itself, like if you just don't understand. Oh, Kʷatakumíš, I don't know. I don't know whether if Kʷatakumíš Isu, we know it to Umíš. I don't know if Isu is going to be here or not. ვის nusha, he's still swimming, Yeah. Yeah, so I use that sometimes. Kʷatakumíš, and the ʷáłanáwanx ayahwasha, and the ʷáłanáwanx ayahwasha, and when we're waiting for them, just like so we're waiting for like the roots, ʷáłanáwanx ayahwasha, even though we don't have that in there, but we're waiting for them, nami patma, our big sisters. And the kushki, waikana snusufna, we're waiting for the salmon too. And the ʷáłanáwanx ayahwasha, we're waiting for them. And na'ayakancha taimut, we hear, news. Na'ayakancha taimut, and namanatya iwata kanaiwit ka'oit yao čímti nat kʷata. We hear the news of wherever there will be ceremonies for feast for our new foods. Na'ayakancha taimut. I think about how the elders, before we had cell phones and even phones, that word would really get around, to people and families. And sometimes if it wasn't necessarily at anybody's particular longhouse, especially here, you know, there would be word a few days ahead, you know, nmatas, mama, na houtmepa, awatsta, kawi, na me Níix. You know, you go tell, you'll tell the elder lady up there at McKay Creek, we're going to have a feast down here at our home. You know, they would send word, for the invitation. And those used to be real special times. And you know how those feasts, they were just small feasts, just a few people, but yet they were big in their spirit, I guess you'd say. And so
I was wondering about, we were talking about this word kawit the other day, and you know, oi means to start, right?
yeah.
Oh no, what we should now we're starting. Ka is the piece that is the tasting part, right? And so would that be like to start taste? But I'm asking that because you know, just in dialect difference, here it's, instead of a Y, it's a W, which would make it first, kind of. You know, like tamanwit, pachwaiwit, tunanawit. You know, so I'm wondering if it's just a dialect.
Ka'oiwit, like that. Ka'oiwit.
No, we say same thing, ka'wit, just like that, but it's more of a distinguished W than a Y.
Yeah.
But they both make sense, you know, and as a student, I'm wondering if it's a dialect or is it a difference, or because right, that WIT makes it into first, but the UYI makes it into start, right?
Beginning.
Yeah, beginning.
Mm-hmm. Beginning first. Yeah, well, I've never debated on actually any of it. I've just I've just gone along with, you know, having just heard it.
Yeah, no, I'm not, you know, debating it. The other day it was 3 elders and I was just kind of talking about it, and that it was, you know, the first taste.
Oh.
Yeah, and so we just have always spelled it, you know, with a wit like that. I'm not correcting, of course. I'm just, you know, getting, you know, keeping an open mind, and but it makes sense both ways. That's a, you know,
Mm-hmm. Just like when we, you know, like when we say we're going to start, you know, and that was a word I had to get acquainted with, you know, you know, we're going to start now. What are we starting? We all stuck, yeah. You know, we're going to start this ceremony for the rejoining or whatever, or, you know, just whatever that, you know, that's kind of the ceremonial. It's the only time but I've also used it in our school. You know, like a lot of times, like when we would do the protocol, you know, when we do protocols with announcements for the kids in our Níix school, we used to do that. So I'd ring the bell. Well, before I'd even ring the bell, I would say, "Oh no, we are Oisha." You know, they would get their attention. Then I would go right into ringing that bell, and then that would, you know, just indicate we're beginning now. You know, and so, then of course learning, čímti, ʷína, new foods. Then realizing that ʷāta implies food. And then, but yet when we would say, ʷātatau, and so we knew that that was time to eat or time to food. Time to food or time to eat, one of the two, but we just knew that it was time to eat, time for food. Or then when we'd get told to eat, we never heard that. I never heard that I never heard that T in there. And when we'd hear that word ʷatak, we just hear the K or the Q, that ʷatak, eat. I had to tell that Siapa kid that came to our home years ago. Kasla told me, so what did she say? She told me to tell you that you have to eat everything, because he didn't recognize. Only thing he recognized, I think, was bread, because all we had was piachi and kúuš and whatever else that we might have had, but kind of those main two things, kúuš and piachi. It was funny because this kid, like, what's this black stuff? It's kúuš. And didn't know how to explain it, in supposed scientific terms. Oh, it's a tree moss. It's called pine lichen or anything. Didn't know those things then. But yeah, that brings up, a good point. Like kúuš. So yeah, the first taste, the first eating, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to point out, consistent with what Jefferson was saying, the Umatilla dictionary does analyze this as these two meaningful pieces. I'd also like to add that phonetically, it makes sense that this and this would exist as either dialect variants or even variant words that a single person might produce. Ya and wa aren't too far off from one another in terms of how they're articulated. And wa is actually really, really close to an u, such that you might expect a ya to get pronounced more like a wa in this context. It all makes sense.
Hey, Kūuš. Ayahwata amish chawnisha chawit in me iti tamasla slamapa yanawita itchin in me spaskuli dachwan akhway tsad pine and the kūušnaš taman wanashwan khamash the kūunaš ʷałanáwanx ʷałanáwanx no maysxma from Baishin Kachiao, subsequent Yao. So again, I'm always appreciative of those of you that show up, for this language. Kūuški, inchi nashwa kūuš, and the múnnaš aikin khana nami, mush inchi maman nakupa laliwancha and the shiman wasin ysxmas awku. Just like how I've heard some of the elders that they long, they long for, whoever else that speaks the language. And so that's, so that's why I listen to old recordings, so I can, kind of stay connected. And cool. And the kuimaipum and the tunpum, we went to Sinwit ya and the kupum. Sinwitsta, Nikutlauch, Nawata, Sinwitlama. And whatever that you get, whatever that you get a hold of, with this language that we could all, speak together. Nah.
Hey.
Hey. Good to see you, Jean, Alan, Annie, Tiusmat, Isu, Sean Dean. And thank you, Jonathan. ʷałanáwanx So we've been working really hard again, been recording. So wherever those recordings are, Jonathan can let everybody know if you haven't had a chance to look at some of that. We're constantly recording. So we're up to how many? 20 videos?
Not at Kūpahat.
Oh,
Yeah, now just those Umatilla word list videos. Of course, we got a bunch more of these community classes posted. Not sure how many of those though.
yeah.
Níix.
Yeah.
ʷałanáwanx.
Kūuš, yeah, maysxma.
nmatas kinuan.
Yeah. Kūuš, Níix,
ʷatla,
Níix, nmatas.
Pashtai.
Jonathan Geary. Don't be bad.
Well, actually, I'm going to be thinking about all you guys on the other side of the mountains. All our longings come true in the longhouse.
Yeah, Kūuš, yeah.
ukʷatas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dewey.
inutaš.
yeah.